Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Trish. If you're new here, thanks for joining. I put out new videos every week on beauty and lifestyle and mental health related topics. This week I wanted to film my 2019 favorites and glow ups. So these are my favorite makeup products, skincare, hair care, lifestyle changes, and books that I found to be the most impactful and beneficial and enjoyable in my life during 2019. So I have a lot of things to get through in this video and I'm trying to make it short and sweet. So I'm gonna jump right into these. And we are fast approaching the holidays, so if you are still looking for gifts for special people in your life, then you might be able to find something to get them from this list of my favorites. And let's jump right into it. So the first products I'm going to start with are going to be kind of makeup, skincare, beauty related. And the very first product that was a favorite discovery of mine in 2019 is the Dior Backstage Primer. And this is what it looks like. This is just a really nice all-around primer. It is not too mattifying to the point where it's tacky. It's also not too glowy to the point where you feel kind of greasy and dewy and almost sweaty looking. It really just does what a primer is meant to do, which is to hold your makeup in place. And so this is just a really, really solid primer. It looks nice under all different types of foundations, and so I highly recommend this one. There are, of course, more inexpensive primers out there that you can use. You do not need to buy a Dior primer, but it is just all around a very nice, solid primer, and it gets the job done consistently. So this is the Dior Backstage Face and Body Primer. Next, for foundation, I finally got on board and tried the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. And this foundation definitely lives up to the hype. It is truly silky, it's light, it has a skin-like finish. I'm wearing it right now. It doesn't feel like you're wearing makeup or foundation. It isn't cakey, it blends easily, it allows your skin to breathe. And so I love this foundation. I think it's really, really beautiful. It photographs nicely, it films nicely, and it looks good in person. When you see someone in person and they're wearing this foundation, you don't immediately look at their skin and go like, wow, they're wearing foundation. So highly recommend Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. I have it in the color 4.5, and yeah, this stuff is awesome. Now, there is a less expensive, and I'm sure there are many cheaper dupes for the Luminous Silk. But the first one that I'm going to recommend, which is also one of my favorites of 2019, is the NARS Sheer Glow Foundation. I have used this product and recommended it in other videos that I've done. Again, it is about $20 cheaper than the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk, and it has a really nice light finish, very blendable. It photographs nicely, and it looks like skin in person. This is another really good foundation option that is a little bit less expensive than the Giorgio Armani. Okay, so the next makeup product is a highlighter, and highlighter it's been having a heyday for the past year or two in the makeup and beauty industry, and I think highlighter is great. I also think that we may have taken it a little bit too far. Whenever I see someone who's really over highlighted, it almost looks streaky and stroby and crazy like festival makeup, which is great when you're at a festival. But for me personally, I don't want to look like I have streaks of glitter and shimmer on my face in normal day-to-day life. And so I do, however, believe that highlighter can be really beautiful when it is used tastefully with the correct product for your skin type and for the look that you're going for. And I found that a great day-to-day highlight, just to add a little bit of glow to the areas that you want to appear glowy, is this Stila highlighter. And this is their Heaven's Hue highlighter. And I have it in the shade Kitten. And yeah, as I was saying, I think highlighter can be really beautiful, of course, but I personally prefer it to look like a very natural glow, right, where the sun or the light would be hitting your face. But what I like about the Stila highlighter in particular is that It does not have chunky glitter in it, and it is very, very much like a sheen as opposed to a sparkle, if that makes sense. List of favorites for. So this is a great highlighter. Definitely made it onto my list of favorites for 2019. Okay, next, I have mentioned this in other videos before. I'm wearing it right now. This is the Chantecaille Lip Definer Pencil in the color Tone, and it is my favorite lip pencil. It stays where you put it, and Chantecaille is just a really, really lovely brand, and so this is a great lip pencil. I love this color. Again, I have it in the color Tone, and I think it is the perfect nude. Now, to go along with that, I also Another one of my favorites in the lip department is the Morphe lipstick, and I have it in the color, and this is from their Mega Matte collection, and I have it in the color Single AF. I'm wearing it right now with the Chantecaille lip pencil. It's got a really stupid color name, but it is a really nice nude and a nice matte lipstick as well. So this is very affordable too. I think it was only like $8 or $9. Much more inexpensive than the lip pencil actually. I think these lip pencils run around $30 maybe. But this combo is killer, and they definitely made it onto my list of 2019 favorites. Okay, next I have to shout out the Real Techniques brushes. But I had heard so much about them. So many YouTubers and vloggers are constantly talking about Real Techniques brushes, and I needed a new foundation buffing brush. So I decided to try their Expert Face Brush, and it's just a little, it's just kind of like a medium-sized, dense buffing brush. This brush is awesome. I can put on foundation so quickly. I just dot it all over my face, buff it in with this brush, and it takes me like 60 seconds. So this brush is great. It blends things really, really nicely. Also very inexpensive and affordable brush line altogether from Real Techniques. I want to say this is like under $10. Okay, so the next products, I have too many of them to hold all of them up for you, but I'll just pick a couple. So this is for skincare, and the product line is called The Ordinary. They are sold online. They're also sold at Ulta stores and probably through other online retailers as well. But they are a brand of skincare products that are extremely affordable. They're no frills. They're not fragranced. They only contain the ingredients and elements that are necessary for the product to do what it is designed to do. So again, no frills, no extra colors, dyes, perfumes, any of that bullshit. It's just what you need it to do. They're very concentrated, and that allows them to price their products very, very inexpensively. So I don't think any of the products that I have from The Ordinary are over $10. So this one is their niacinamide and zinc complex. It is a serum, and it's a high-strength vitamin and mineral blemish formula. So the niacinamide and zinc complex is great if your skin is being a little temperamental or sensitive. You can apply it in the morning or at night. You can wear it underneath other products and makeup and SPF and so forth. And I love this particularly when my skin is being a little bit hormonal, for example. This stuff just really helps to treat and prevent any inflammation in your skin. This is a great product. So as I said, I have a bunch of their products. None of these individual products were over $10. They're very, very affordably priced. It's just what you need from it and nothing else. And these make great gifts for guys or girls. The packaging is very unisex. It's minimalist. They kind of just stay true to their name, The Ordinary, and keep things very simple. So these make great gifts, and they are really, really solid skincare options and something that I've been loving in 2019. Okay, so hair care. I have been working my way through the Gisou honey infused hair wash and conditioner. Gisou is a line from Megan Mercilei. She is another YouTuber and influencer and someone that I've been following. She's definitely a style icon of mine, and she is known for her hair because she has the best hair in the game. And per their name, these products are derived from honey. The washes are formulated without parabens, silicones, sulfates, and they're also cruelty-free. They are not the like foaming, sudsing kind of shampoo and conditioner. So if you're used to those like really heavily foaming shampoos, then this may take a little bit of getting used to because you really work it into your scalp, but it smells amazing. I mean, it smells like honey. It's made in the Netherlands, and that is where Negan's family's bee farm is. And so the honey is derived from the bee farm, and that's what these products are made out of. So Gizu has a whole line of hair products. They have shampoo and conditioner, they have hair masks, they have hair perfumes, they have hair oil, all kinds of good stuff. And so yeah, these make really great gifts. Again, the packaging is really beautiful and nice and simple, minimalist, and smells amazing, and the products really work well. So check those out if you're in the market. Last thing when it comes to kind of like beauty and beauty hacks of 2019, I have to shout out these Kiss Gel Fantasy Ready to Wear Gel Nails. So hear me out on this one because I know a lot of people are gonna automatically roll their eyes at kind of glue-on fake gel nails, which all gel nails are fake nails, by the way, so let's just get that out of the way. I hate getting my nails done at a nail salon. It is torture to me. I hate sitting in a chair for an hour while horrible music blares over the speakers, or they're playing some weird-ass movie on their TV in there, or I'm subjected to some menial conversation. It takes way too freaking long. You're sitting there for at least an hour. Your hands are trapped. It's expensive. You're paying anywhere from $35 to $65 for a manicure. You have to go back every 10 to 14 days to get it redone. You have to pay an extra fee when you go back to get your previous gels or what remains of them removed before you pay to get the new ones put on. I mean, it's a mess, or at least that's how I feel. And so I vowed to quit going to the nail salons. I always leave there feeling like angry and frustrated. If you get normal polish, that shit chips in like 3 days, and then you're just frustrated with your chipped nails that you just spent $40 on and now already have to go back and get them redone again. Also, sidebar, I am not a pedicure girl. I, want my feet to look nice and clean and my toenails to be nice as much as the next person, but I do that shit for myself at home. There's just something that feels so wrong and demeaning and subservient about having a stranger kneeling on the floor, scrubbing and polishing your feet. Like, what I'm saying is, for me, it feels wrong, it's uncomfortable, I don't like it, it doesn't feel good, and I don't do it. So, with all that being said, my 2019 nail hack have been these ready-to-wear gels. They are anywhere, I want to say they're around like $5 or $6. You can buy them at CVS, at Walgreens, at Target, really any store like that. They have all types of colors, lengths, sizes, you name it, and you just pop them on at home. It takes 5 minutes for $5 and you're done. You're ready to go. I found this to be such a hack, and already so many of my friends have been gravitating towards this as well, instead of going to the nail salon spending $40 to $50 to $60 every 2 weeks. I'm just saying, don't knock it before you try it. I think this has been a big life hack and saved me a lot of time and a lot of money and a lot of just unnecessary discomfort. So yeah, give them a try. The next thing that I wanted to cover are a couple of kind of health related glow ups that I've either had or maintained during 2019 that have really served me well. And the first is hiring a nutritionist. So I hired a nutritionist in the spring, I think in like late spring of this year, and signed on for about 12 sessions with them. And it was just time. It was time. It was something that I had been putting off for years and years because it didn't feel accessible. It didn't feel like it was completely necessary, or I was in denial about it being necessary. And I felt like I could figure it out on my own. And so it's really allowed me to reframe a lot of thought patterns that have formed over years and years of telling myself certain lies. So working with a nutritionist slash life coach was definitely a major favorite glow up of mine for 2019. Also under the general health and wellness category for 2019, it has been such a positive experience in continuing in this journey of not drinking alcohol. It's funny because it feels very easy and very natural to do now. Whenever I go out, everybody else is drinking, and I just don't. Culturally, alcohol is so deeply ingrained in all of our recreational activities. If you're going to float the river in the summer, like everyone's getting hammered. If you are going to see the Trail of Lights, most people are drinking before they go. If you're going to see a show, you're drinking at the show. If you're going to brunch, you're drinking at brunch. If you're going out to dinner, you're drinking at dinner. If you're going to a friend's house, you bring alcohol to your friend's house and you drink there. It's so pervasive. When I first kind of stopped drinking in 2018, it still felt very awkward. And for the longest time, it felt so unnatural and weird standing there with nothing in my hands. Like I was like, I need something to hold. I don't know what to do with my hands because I'm not holding anything. So then I would go just get a cup of water, just so I was like holding a cup of water. And luckily it doesn't feel that way anymore. I'm so used to it now. I don't feel awkward at all about not drinking. And most people in my circle know now, so I don't get bombarded with people saying like, do you want a drink? Are you drinking? Are you not drinking? Why aren't you drinking? Do you want a drink? Do you need another drink? Are you going to grab a drink? Do you want to come with me to the bar? I'm going to grab a drink. Now people are just kind of like, that's just not her thing, and they leave me alone, and it's really nice. But I'm very happy with the fact that I have kind of maintained this no drinking status. I feel better, I look better, I make better decisions, I have more meaningful relationships, I connect with people more when I'm out and socializing in those environments because I'm not just shrouded in this foggy cloud of alcohol. And you know, there's nothing wrong with going out and having a few drinks. I think if your body handles it well, if you emotionally handle it well, if you can financially afford it, and if, you know, it's not a detriment to your overall health and well-being as a human, then sure, go out, have your drinks. But I think more often than not, that's not actually the case. I think more often than not, it does weigh heavily on people emotionally, financially. They make poor choices and decisions. It impacts their health. It impacts their appearance. Yeah, I think alcohol it's fine, but it also kind of sucks. And it's a very slippery slope. I was lucky enough that I never had any addiction or dependency issues with alcohol. It was more that it just never sat well with me. It didn't mix well with my body composition. It always made me feel really ill. I had terrible hangovers. I definitely abused it when I was a teenager and in my early 20s. It landed me in the hospital a few times with severe dehydration, and I didn't have a good experience with it. It doesn't mesh well with my body chemistry and also with who I want to be, how I want to be portrayed, the type of friend I want to be, how I want to show up for people, how I want to show up to social engagements. It's not aligned with any of those values for me. So continuing to not drink through 2019 has been overall a win for me and for everyone who knows me, I would say. Stretch, last two recommendations are two books. The first one, and I don't have them to show because I'm actually listening to them on Audible, so they are audiobooks on my phone. But the first one is Daring Greatly by Brene Brown. This was really just an earth-shattering read or listen for me this year. It's kind of what led me to a major change in my career. It led me to changing my relationship with myself, my relationship with others, severing unhealthy relationships, creating new relationships, and really fostering them and nurturing them with a very vulnerable and open heart. And that is something that I have really struggled to do in the past. And this book put it in such plain terms for me and gave such concrete examples for your personal life, for your professional life. It just is so beautifully written, and the examples of how to be more vulnerable, how to be more daring, and how to really show up for yourself in those scenarios is beautifully painted within the book. So highly recommend Daring Greatly by Brene Brown. The second book that I would highly recommend is by farmer Joel Salatin, and it is called Folks, This Ain't Normal. I highly recommend reading or listening to this book on Audible because it is read by the author. Both of these are read by the author, and Joel Salatin just has such a great storytelling and reading voice, and when he reads it to you, it just feels like you have some like really sweet, charming, crazy uncle in the room with you reading to you and telling you all of their stories. And so what I loved about this book is that it was a very, very sobering yet informative explanation of how we have gotten so far removed from the very thing that sustains our livelihood. That being, the fact that we no longer know where our food comes from, that we no longer know how our food is made, that we no longer know which foods are in season versus which are not, because we just have access to pretty much all types of food all the time because of this global economy, and we're shipping in star fruit and dragon fruits and kiwis, and there's no such thing anymore as like what's in season, what's out of season. That ignorance is very, very recent. It's only within the past few decades that we have lost touch with our local farmers, with what sustainable agriculture actually means, what supporting your local economy actually means, how to vote with your dollars when it comes to the food that you buy, and not supporting major factory farming and mass-produced agriculture and things like that. Don't get me wrong, there are a lot of positives and benefits to the global economy and to the fact that we have now more access than ever before to all these different types of foods, but that also comes with a price, and the price is that we are shielded from having to make the moral decisions around what we consume. We're completely lost in a sea of terms and buzzwords around all natural and organic, and what do these things mean, and how do we navigate the grocery store trying to make the best decisions for ourselves and our families while trying to decipher these really false labels that are just created by branding and marketing departments for major food manufacturers. And so this book kind of walks you through chapter by chapter of how Joel and his family run things on their farm, which is called Polyface, and you can follow them on Instagram. They are located in Central Virginia, actually not too far from JMU, where I went to school. And then he kind of compares that with how these large-scale industrial agriculture are running their operations, and how factory farms are running their operations, and you really just get to see how polarizing it actually is if you were to truly shop seasonally, shop locally, support your local farmers, and understand why that is good, not only nutritionally for you, but also in investing in your local economy versus buying from these large-scale industrial agricultural companies, and how that is contributing to really poisoning ourselves and our animals and throwing the economy of food completely off balance. And listen, I'm not claiming to be a farmer. I don't know nearly as much as I would like to know about those types of operations and about sustainable agriculture and permaculture, but I've seen firsthand the true ignorance of the average American when it comes to stepping onto a farm and just having no clue as to how to care for animals, how to plant anything, how to manage crops, how to sustain life. And I think it's really sad. And it really just blew my mind that like, if we were ever forced to go back to that lifestyle of really all kind of sustaining ourselves and growing our own food, raising our own animals, 95% of people who exist in America now wouldn't be able to do it. Wouldn't have a first clue where to start. This book it's funny, it's charming, it's educational, and it's very pragmatic, and it really shed light on a lot of things that I personally would like to be more informed about and would like to get a lot better at. And so I highly, highly recommend Folks, This Ain't Normal by Joel Salatin. All right, guys, I think that's it for my 2019 list of favorites and glow-ups. I hope that you found this helpful and informative, and maybe you even found some gifts within this list to get someone who you're still looking to buy for this holiday season. So that's it for today. As I said, stay tuned for the next video. It's going to be all about nutrition and life coaching and how gut health relates to mental health. Thank you for watching. Please click to subscribe, and I will see you next week. Bye.